Guys, you would agree with me that Thomas Partey should be getting a contract extension from Arsenal as I'm speaking to you now. It's crazy how Thomas Partey plays in that midfield for Arsenal. Sometimes I don't believe he's a Ghanaian. I think he's from Europe or Brazil or somewhere else. I don't believe he's a Ghanaian because he's too good. He played extremely well today when Arsenal took on Crystal Palace. It's rather unfortunate that game ended in a 2-2 draw. But regardless of the scoreline, Thomas Partey stole the show. He played extremely well. And I hear Arsenal fans on social media saying that they are going to miss him a lot in the game they are going to play against PSG, the first leg of the semi-finals in the UCL. Now I get that. But as I said, Thomas Partey should be given a contract extension as I'm speaking to you. Because looking at the way he's playing, if you bring in a 31-year-old DA from any club to Arsenal to play like that, you will not get what Thomas Partey is giving you. So as at this point, I don't want to hear anything about age. I don't want to hear anything about injury history. Just give the player the contract. At the moment, is he important to you or not? If the answer is yes, then what are you waiting for? So guys, I want us to talk about the game and also the importance of Thomas Partey very quickly. But before we jump into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. Quickly, let's jump into it. Now, I did a video before the game stating that the importance of this game means if Arsenal loses or draws, Liverpool will be crowned winners of the EPL. That aside, they have been crowned because the scoreline was 2-2. Now, in that game, Arsenal did petty mistakes that led to them conceding goals. But they're playing against a Crystal Palace side that have very good players. You have Mateta there, who is having a very fine season with Crystal Palace. You have Eze there, who is a solid player. Solid Eze can start in any team in the EPL. You have good players in that Crystal Palace team. And even Edin Nketiah, former Arsenal player, former Arsenal product, facing them tonight. He wanted to prove a point, so he played extremely well today. So this was not an easy game for Arsenal at all. People feel like Arsenal doing well in the UCL should take this game easy. It wasn't easy as you make it think. Crystal Palace this season has given tough time to the Toffs. It no be joke. So for them playing against Arsenal and giving them that tough time, I wasn't surprised myself. But then what surprised me was Thomas Partey's impact in that game. Trossard scored the second goal for Arsenal, but then it smelled Thomas Partey's style because everything came from Thomas Partey. The way he's able to transition the ball from defense to offense is crazy. This thing, they don't even teach it. This is talent. And as I said, I don't know if he's a Ghanaian or not because if he was an European, the hype would be crazy some way. If he was an European or Brazilian, the media will be talking about how important he is, the midfield, blah, 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 because he's an African. The hype is not too much like the way we would want it. And to me, I'm a Ghanaian. You can see me wearing my Ghanaian jersey. I want to hype him because if we don't hype Thomas Partey, who would hype him? He's good. Top 3 DMs in the world in the EPL this season. You can't put Thomas Partey out. Look at the influence he has on that Arsenal team. Go on social media and see what people are saying. People they are so pissed with the yellow card he received in that UCL game against Real Madrid. People are now feeling it because of the performance he put up today. Because he was extremely good, very neat and tidy in midfield. He controlled everything. And if I'm not lying, he had most of the touches. He controlled the game for us now. And I'm very excited that this is happening for Thomas Partey. I'm not talking about him not playing against PSG. I'm talking about the performance he's putting out. Because, you see, Arsenal are standing on a reason why they don't want to extend Thomas Partey's contract. And I think for me, it's bollocks. Now, the reason being that when you want to say Thomas Partey has injury history, what do you want me? In the moment, is he important to you or not? If the answer is yes, then you have no excuse than to extend his contract. Even if it's 1 year plus an extra 12 months, that is fine. That will favor the player. We know he's aging. Then you can bring in a new player to understudy Thomas Partey. That makes sense. But then standing on the fact that he got injured in previous seasons is not an excuse. Is he performing for you this season or not? He's doing that. When you need him to play a makeshift right back, he plays that for you. Sometimes he even inverts and comes into the midfield whenever he's at right back. So if you're looking for a player this season that have put in the work, that has been fit, that have brought Arsenal to where they are, not in the EPL, but the UCL, it is Thomas Partey. He's not being praised enough. He's not being hyped enough because normally he does not score the goals you would want. This season, he has 4 goals in the EPL. It is not enough. Even it's not up to what other midfielders have. But for me, for a DM, that is averagely good. For Thomas Partey and the impact he's having with Arsenal, especially that of the game he played with Crystal Palace, I think Thomas Partey should be signing, a contract extension now. And they should maintain the amount he has been receiving. I don't want to hear that as an excuse too. Because we hear Arsenal are contemplating on the fact that Thomas Partey is part of the top earners at Arsenal. Is he performing or not? He is. So why are you worried that he's part of the top earners? Why is that your problem? Why is it a problem? Because he's playing. And today he was rated 6.9. As for SofaScore, I don't know what is wrong with them, because looking at the ball Thomas Partey played, I'm having a problem with SofaScore, and I always would have. But then I always use them. But Thomas Partey should be seen a green when it comes to his rating, because today he was extremely good. Defensively, in midfield, he was there making sure things were tidy and neat. Now, let me take you through his statistics and numbers very, very quickly. In that game, he played the full 90 minutes, and I get why he played that 90 minutes, because definitely he's going to miss Arsenal's game against PSG in the UCL. Now, he had a total touch of 97, accurate passes completed, 81 out of 87, accumulating to 93%. Long ball successful, 2 out of 3. Dribble attempted successful, 2 out of 2. Ground balls won, 3 out of 8. And if you take a look at his defensive abilities today, he had 1 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 interceptions. And Thomas Partey in the whole, I just want to say, he's superb. He's crazy. He's insane. He's defying odds and psychs. For a 31-year-old to be playing like this is mind-blowing. I know Arsenal have the whole thing about his age, but as I said, it is not an excuse. So guys, let me know what you think about that down below in the comments. Now, let's move away from Thomas Partey. I want to talk about Inaki Williams a bit. Just give me about 2 minutes and let me talk to you about Inaki Williams, because this player this season is doing crazy things. Today, Athletic Club played against Las Palmas and the scoreline was 1-0. Now, Inaki Williams was the only one who scored a goal in that game. Currently, this season in the Spanish La Liga, Inaki Williams has 12 goals and 9 assists. Goal contribution is in 20-something. This is crazy, Charlie. We are talking about a Ghanaian here doing wonders in the top flight league, like the Spanish La Liga. 12 goals, 9 assists, 21 goal contribution. He's not being talked about enough. As I said, he's an African. Now, he was rated 8.2 by SofaScore, which was the most in the game. He walked away with the MVP or the Man of the Match award, which I think he also deserves. Inaki Williams this season has been nothing short of breathtaking. He has been excellent. I'm not going to lie to you. See, I fear for Manchester United in the Europa League semi-finals. I'm a Manchester United fan, but I'm not going to lie. Inaki Williams is a very dangerous player. If you see the goal he scored against Las Palmas, his IQ for scoring goals is crazy. It's above average human IQ. Because looking at the technique he used to score, you could know that this is a player who knows what he's about. He played extremely well in that game, and the rating and everything shows you that Inaki Williams, sorry for saying Thomas Partey, Inaki Williams is an excellent player for Athletic Club, and he's going to come correct for them in the Europa League semi-finals, because looking at the way he's playing, he's giving Athletic Club the tickets to Europe to play in the UCL next season. So regardless of how the Europa League turns out, they have booked their tickets to the UCL, which is good. But then I get why they want to win the Europa League, because the finals would be played on their home turf. So they want to do the hosting the final and also winning the trophy at home for their fans. Last season they won the Copa del Rey. I believe they can get it done again. So guys, this is what I want to say about Inaki Williams and also his performance and that of Thomas Partey. But then let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.